With Tyler, I guess the first obvious question, man, you guys got down 16-0. What was it they were doing, and what was it that y'all were not doing?
I got to give the other team credit because they came out, they played hard and they played tough and they was physical and they executed well. But we just came out a little flat and we got to start the game with more energy. And I know that we'll do that for the next time. We just got to practice the same way and translate it to the game.
Theo, go ahead.
Tyler, you had 14 points in the second half. Does it feel good to get into a rhythm there kind of as you go forward?
Oh, yes, sir. It does. I just really want to do whatever I need to do to help my team win. So whether they're rebounding, playing tough, or making shots, whatever it is, I just want to do what I can to help.
Go ahead, Steph.
Yeah, Tyler, for you, kind of getting into that starting role, what was your mentality, I guess, as you kind of embraced that new role?
Really, I just wanted to go out there and play hard and let everything else take care of itself. I knew there was a physical and tough team coming out, so I just wanted to try to match that and play hard and play with a lot of energy with a high motor and let everything else take care of itself.
Theo, go ahead.
3 straight losses, you guys kind of dealing with the first real sort of adversity this season. How do you think this team is going to respond to that going forward?
I think we're going to respond good to it because this feeling is definitely not a good feeling, and all the guys feel the same way. So we're going to pick up the intensity in practice and play tough and try and make it translate to the game so we start back winning.
Steph, wrap us up if you got another one.
Yeah, Tyler, obviously you kind of know what basketball is like in the state. I guess what's kind of the message to the team of how big, the next game is and being able to flush this one pretty quick?
Really just stay together, play hard, play tough, play physical, and everything else is going to take care of itself. We're going to hit our shots. We're going to stay in the gym, and we're going to start back winning.
Coach, we talked to Tyler and obviously asked him about the 16-0 start, and he just basically said they came out with more energy and your group was flat. Did you see this coming from the tip, or were you surprised?
I didn't see a 16-0 run to start the basketball game, if that's what you're asking me. I had a ton of respect for their program, how they play, their coaching staff. They've got it right where they want it. They've got the kind of players that fit their style of play, that fit their culture that they've created. You can see it on film. Certainly, we saw it up close and personal the last couple hours. And I don't care where you're going or where you're playing, but especially on the road against a really good team. I mean, you dig yourself that big a hole. I mean, you're going to spend the entire evening trying to, little by little, get back in the game. And so, yeah, I was definitely surprised that, I thought we would get off to a better start. We had it at the rim and Tolu missed that bunny, and certainly that had nothing to do with the end of the game margin or the verdict. But, it's just, I felt like our confidence dropped a little bit, after that. And then it got to be a situation where we had a hard time making our first basket, and I'm sure the rim for them looked huge after the first couple makes they had. And then we just spent the entire evening, just playing catch-up basketball.
Steph, go ahead.
Yeah, Chris, I was curious what kind of went into the decision to give Tyler Stevenson the start today?
We had talked about it quite a bit with the staff leading up to the game. Didn't make the final decision till we got to the arena. We'd lost 2 in a row, was one bullet point. And the other was we've been playing Cam Matthews at the 3 more, and Keyshawn Murphy's been playing more minutes. And so when you have those 3 stacked like that at basically the 4, like our rotation has been, Tyler coming in for Cam and then Mook, then Keyshawn coming in for Tyler. And so we don't really get him a run until, 10 minutes left in the first half, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that range. And we thought with their lineup and their size that Cameron would play, more 3. And so it just made it on paper easier for me to get the rotations that I wanted, and certainly had nothing to do with Cam's play or even Tyler's play for that matter. It was more just to try to switch it up a little bit, and also what I explained about rotations, etc.
Go ahead, Theo.
Yeah, after a game like this, what's kind of your message to these players to kind of get them rallied from the hole that you guys are in, especially with the big game coming up on Saturday at home?
You don't experience teaches you a lot, and what we're going to learn and grow from it will be later. It won't be in that locker room. It's pretty solemn group right now. Not much to be excited about. It's a tough day for us, tough night. Obviously, we'll get back, and we have no choice but to regroup. We all know what's looming on Saturday, and we didn't even talk about that. We didn't discuss that. We talked about just the game in and of itself, our approach, our mentality, how we need to play, and what our margin of error is or isn't for that matter.
Paul, go ahead if you got another one.
Hold on. Coach, I know we've talked about this some during the week, but I don't know if it's one thing you can point to, but you look at this team and how well they played against Utah and Marquette. Is there one thing you can point to that's not getting done now, or is it just a combination of factors, in your opinion?
It's a good question. I don't know if I have an intelligent response right off the top. I don't know. I think we might have played our best game of the year thus far against Marquette. Certainly you couldn't have predicted the future. No one would have known that. But as I look back, I'm not sure why, but we did. And I remember even then telling our team and other folks around me, like, certainly we were excited about how we played in Florida and winning and against the teams we did. But I was like, we're still scratching the surface of who we could be and with all the mistakes that we're making in early season basketball games. But unfortunately, we talked about this the last few games before break. We hadn't played as well, and then got beat at Drake. And then obviously now we're heading into SEC play, and the competition is taking a serious uptick. And the type of players that we're competing against is different. And it is what it is. I know there's going to be great competition each and every night, but Alabama and Tennessee, from the looks of it, are probably two of the better teams in the league this year. They're definitely in that conversation. Who knows how it will unfold? But seeing most of the teams by now on film, I would say that they're going to be in the fight to the bitter end to try to win a conference championship. So we've just got to look at it like it's a marathon, and certainly we're not happy with the results. We're not happy how we played. I'm not happy how we prepared them or had them ready to play. But come tomorrow and the rest of the week, we're going to have to get our minds around where we're at, and that we've got to get prepared for another basketball game.